Here for an experimental showstopper. Hey RV family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, reviewing music for the love of music, and welcome back to the metal Tempest. And in this video I'm going to be covering the new Locrian record entitled New Catastrophism. These guys come out of Chicago, Illinois, and I was extremely excited stepping into this record because they're coming out of the Profound Lore Records camp, which you know they're always up to something cool, either in the black metal or the death metal or the noise movements. They always have something cranking out. And also what was on their Bandcamp, which really caught me by surprise and excited me, because they are described, and I can't paraphrase this, as an eclectic mixture of black metal, electronics, drone, and noise rock, and the band have identified krautrock and 90s death metal as influences as well. Now, that may seem like a combination of just picking everything out and throwing darts at a wall and seeing what sticks, but I promise you that they're not underselling or overselling themselves when it comes to describing their sound, because it lives up to being experimental with a straight-to-the-point style, no bullshit, or at least it would make you think that on first listen, on the first opening track, and then it progressively descends you into hell. It's such a terrifying record. Oh my god. But let's dive into it. Mortichnia is a disturbing opener. It's half parts an ambient track, half parts a torture chamber that builds up its tension with a lot of layering atmosphere and background embellishments, the type of things that if you blink for a second or you stop listening for a second and you might just miss them. You really have to listen to this record with a good set of headphones, preferably to really capture everything, all of the panning effects, all of the quick little moments and progressions and micro progressions, background noise, and these occasional droning riffs that sound like they're straight out of like a Walking Dead scene. There's something chilling about it, and that's how I feel about most of this record, because it feels like you're maybe not supposed to enjoy it, like it's not supposed to sound good, but at so many points it does, and it leaves you with this spine-tingling feeling of, am I supposed to be enjoying this, or am I supposed to be freaked out and terrified of this? It has a descent into terror message without even having to speak a word. Because while I called this track beautiful, it also it's a very dark and grim tone. That's what it takes on, and it only gets darker from there. If you think that this opener is playing it a bit by the numbers for ambient and dark ambient standards, and is sort of, you're asking yourself, what's it building to? Bear with me, my friends, because while it progresses and goes forward near the ending point, it just becomes this multi-layered, cacophonous track that is reminiscent of, say, Lingua Ignota or Euboea. Both are good comparisons, very good comparisons. That isolated, I'm in a dark room, chained up to the back of a room, being starved for days on end with no sign of light anywhere, that's a good comparison. But that's the thing where this record diverges and breaks all of your expectations based on this first track, because the rest of the track listing, no two tracks are the same. The glare is everywhere and nowhere our shadow, I wanted to make sure I pronounce that correctly, is haunting, and it's met with the same occasional riff, but they now service as drones, and the record starts going into more of a direction that is more reminiscent of dark ambient that is mixed with drone metal and drone ambient. What a dystopian, fucking horrifying track, dude. The padding of gridlocked drums that sound like gunshots amidst this drone, and the vocals are what I am going to highlight here. Are they vocals? Are they vocals at all? I couldn't tell you. Are they screams? Are they shouts? Is someone dying? I don't know. It sounds like something straight out of the SCP Foundation with how they come across. It is twisted. It is bent. It is terrifying. They sound like the nightmarish screams of someone in an insane asylum with having God knows what done to them. And amidst this drone and the occasional gunshot drums, it is so horrific to listen to, and the production layers to make it so pressuring and so abrasive. It's seriously frightening, and musically such a vile transition from the opener, where it built up your expectations and crashed them into a disarray, this disheveled mess of a track that twists up even more into something completely hideous and unrecognizable by the end. And if they weren't going to take it in a new direction before, they certainly are now with Incomplete Map of Voids. It's more sci-fi, it's spacious, it's giving God as an astronaut vibes. Spielbergian epic, or maybe what I would compare it more to is like a Vangelis track. A harmonious theatrical display of atmospheric synths and whispered vocals. But still, even here, even though this is like the, I want to like strangle this record, even though it is the pretty track, even if it is like the prettiest, most shimmering track, it still has this weird Hitchcockian tension building that feels like it's wrong, like it feels like something is off, like some horrific thing is about to befall the whole record, like a cloak of darkness. And then Cenotaph to the Final Glacier features acoustic guitars and this ender that is like this thumping Blade Runner-esque synth lead. It's somber, it's sullen, and it just benchmarks this record in a way that, how do you even describe it from start to finish? On a sheer visceral music level, it's one of the coolest experimental records I've heard this year. It has a lot of different influences, and I was a little weary of how they were claiming to bridge the gap between so many different warring genres, but those genre tags that they used not only progressively describe this band, but I definitely was even more impressed stepping into it than I thought I would be if it did work out. This is an avant-garde musical project in every sense of the word, and I know in my genre describing video I said that avant-garde is what you slap onto something when you can't describe it, and I think that's true here. It is a glaring step into one of the craziest, weirdest, twisting and turning records of the entire year. It's minimalistic and it's scant when it needs to be, and overall it subverts your expectations by making you feel like there's not much going on, but it just progressively goes into a place of darkness, and I loved every second of it. I really don't have much else to say about this record besides check it out. Go have this experience for yourself and see if it hits you in the same way. It's like this decaying, withering, poisonous atmosphere that I can't get enough of. I guess I'm a little bit sadistic. Call me a masochist towards myself, so be it. Overall though, I'm going to be giving this album an 8.5 out of 10. And that is a wrap. Have you heard this new Locrian record, new Catastrophism? If you have, let me know in the comment section below. I would very much love to discuss this record with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is, my name is Jay Morris, and I'm signing off saying farewell.